Hello guys, welcome to the part 2 of the database connectivity. In this video, we will see how to do the insert operation or insert data into the database. If you didn't watch the part 1 in which I will explain all the database connectivity basics, you can go and check it out. Then you can come over here to get improved idea or more idea about what we are doing now. So let's begin. Open any text editor. Create a new file, save it in the htdocs folder, which is the localhost root directory, server's root directory. We will give the name as db insert. You can give any name for your purpose. Since it's a testing purpose, we can give the exact name. This is the location, db underscore insert.php. Click on it, save it. As you can see, yes, now we have created it. Now we need to type the basic HTML codes and the PHP codes. If you want emmet, you can use it, because when you type an exclamation mark and press tab, the basic HTML code will automatically be inserted. Give the proper title, inserting data into database. Creating a form, because we need some input type or input boxes through which we are going to pass the data to the server, which will be inserted into the database. We are using the post method, so the data which is submitted will not be visible on the URL. We need a text box as well as a button, because button what we'll do is submit the form. We will add a label using the paragraph tag, which will make the user to know what he need to enter into the text boxes. Otherwise it will be empty and he will not be knowing that what to enter into that database. Input, submit. Always remember, but it should not be input type equal to button, it should be submit, because if you type it as button, then it will not submit the record or submit the form. I have given the value of the button to be submit button to be insert record, so it will be possible for the user to know from the button that if he clicks the button, it will insert the records into the database. Now we need to create the PHP codes. Insert method will check if the button is clicked, then only this code will be executed. If the button is not clicked, then the record will not be inserted automatically, because the code will be executed automatically if you didn't put or use this insert method. First we need to take the input from these two text boxes. Type user ID. Because we have submitted using the post method, we are going to use $_post to collect the value. You can use $request to also to collect the value if you don't know by what way the form is submitted, because request will collect the value even if the form is submitted using get as well as post. Well, now we need to create the connection object, similar to the Java object creation. It will take 4 variables. First one is the host name, which is localhost because it's a local server, and then the username, then the password, and the database. Always note, this username and password should be already created. We have already created or should be present. If not, you need to create a user and the database. If you want to know how to create this, watch my part 1 of the video, in which we will create all this user and the databases. If there is an error in the connection, then it should display the connection failed error, because we don't want to display the exact error to the user, that is connect_error. For testing purpose or developer purpose, we can use that. For rest of the time, we just need to type the connection failed. And note that we didn't use echo, we used die, because the rest of the code will not be executed if there is an error. If there is not an error, we will execute the rest of the statements in the else. Now we need to write the query. but we need to create a table in which we are going to insert these two records. So go to the browser, type localhost. Before that, start the XAMPP control panel and MySQL. This is the PHP MyAdmin. Click on the My Database. Then create a new table. I am giving the table name as user details and the column as 2 because we have taken 2 text boxes or 2 inputs from the user. Click on go. It will ask for the name. First one is user ID. Second one was username. Give it as varchar. What it does is basically it collects a character, number, everything, symbols, etc. But you can specify a value. If you are specifying 50 the length, and if you are typing 10 length characters, then it will automatically adjust itself to 10. That is the advantage of using varchar. And I have set the user ID to primary key, so the duplicate value will not be entered. And we can uniquely identify a user from the table. Insert into the table name, which is user details. Then this value method. In this values, you need to pass the 2 values which we collected from the user, which is above in the take inputs, user ID. Put it in the single quotes. If you are using double quotes, then inside which the 2 variables should be inside the single quotes, so it will know this is a variable, not a string. Then using the object, we need to invoke the query method, which will execute the SQL, which is the SQL variable which contains the SQL query. We need to pass the variable into query method. If this is executed successfully, query is fired, it will return true. If this is written true, we need to echo data inserted successfully into the database, or data insertion failed. The error should be clear because it will help the user to understand what he or she has done the mistake. So it will help him to correct his error. If the error messages are not proper, then he will not be able to know what error is made. Now open the XAMPP control panel and start Apache as well as MySQL. Then open the browser. This is a file name which we have created in the root directory. Type this in the URL bar, localhost dbinsert.php. Press enter. As you can see, there are 2 input fields. Click on insert record. I have typed in the required field which will validate the form. It will does not allow the user to click empty value, submit empty values. Click on insert record. Data inserted successfully into the database. Now go into the table and check. As you can see, the value is inserted now into the database successfully. But we need to make this more clear. So I will give a style tag, which is nothing but CSS, to make it look green. So it will be a success message. Use dot to append a string in PHP. Add a label which will specify what to do. Fill all the fields and then click the button to insert the record, which will allow the user to know what he or she is doing. Save the file, refresh. Everything is fine, but the text is too large. We can use H3 tags. Yeah, now it looks fine. Click insert record, it will not allow empty values. Inserting a new value. Oh my god, it doesn't shows. It inserts the value, but it doesn't shows the message echo successful. Oh, I forgot to add the angular bracket. This still doesn't show the error. Oh my god, I forgot to add here also. There is some problem. We will find it out, don't worry. Oh my god, we need to add the angular bracket outside the quotes. Sorry for that. Making error is always good, you will understand, you will never make that again. Insert record. Now you can see data insertion failed because primary key violation, duplicate entry because already a user with user ID 1, insert a correct value. Yes, data is successfully inserted. Refresh the page and see. As you can see, the value which is submitted is inserted. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. This is all on how to insert the values into the database from the page. If you want to know more about PHP database connectivity, follow the other videos coming on. If you want to know the basics, then go to and watch the part 1 of the video. If you have any suggestion or queries, comment down below. I will get back to you or reply you as soon as possible. Thank you again. Bye.